It's our best friend, our good friend for the Hmong community. So please welcome the Honorable Jim Costa, U.S. Congress.
Zhang. I am honored and humbled to be here today with my friends for this very important and significant ceremony that you have bestowed upon me, your congressman. Reflects the Hmong and Lao traditions that are so important as we maintain our ties to our culture and to our ancestry. 2 years ago, Peter Vang, you and members of the Hmong and Lao communities had a similar luncheon banquet, a ceremony. And we did very well. We were very successful. We won that election. So Peter, I was very much hoping we would do this again, because we all believe in good fortune, right? And I think of General Vang Pao. He was a leader to all of us. And I was very fortunate, like many of you, to personally have got to know him, to understand his passion and his desire for the Hmong community and for Laos, country he left to begin a new journey. And it's a journey that each and every one of you have been a part of. America, I believe, is the great country it is today because of immigrants. Immigrants like yourself. Immigrants past and immigrants present. And with each wave or generation of immigrants from throughout the world, whether it be Southeast Asia, whether it be Europe, the Middle East, or South America, every generation of immigrants comes here with a story. And there are common threads to their story. Nathan, come here. Future congressman. Woo! Yes. When my grandparents, and some of you know this story, got off the train station in 1904 in Hanford, California, they did not speak the language, they were illiterate, and they had a deep desire, like your families, to come to a new country where there were language barriers, where there were cultural barriers, where there were other challenges, but yet to have a better life for themselves and their families and for their children. But the deep, strong work ethic, a strong sense of family, like your families, like your work ethic, like your desire generationally to make a difference. And here today, we have 3 generations represented. We have those who came during the difficult times of 1970s and the early 80s. Then we have those who were born here, your children. And now we have some of the grandchildren. Nathan and I are part of that second generation. I can tell you, in 1904, with my grandparents not speaking the language, a word of English, my parents actually, who were born here, did not speak English until the first grade. That in 1904, they did not believe in their wildest dreams that their grandson, 100 years later, would serve as a member of the United States Congress. That's what makes America great. Every generation of immigrants with a story, with their story, your story, my story, wanting to share one thing in common among so many other desires. But what we call that dream is the American dream. The American dream that, given opportunities, you too can succeed and your children can succeed. And so, in this political world we live in today, where we have so many efforts to divide us, let us remember that immigrants have always been the backbone of our country. Every generation of immigrants makes us stronger, makes us more dynamic. It adds value. So we should remember that the bonds that we share, the bonds that are a part and parcel of what we call the American dream, those bonds are far, far stronger than whatever differences we may have. It's true. Our bonds that we share, a desire for the freedoms that we hold dear, freedoms of religion, freedoms of speech, freedoms of assembly, freedoms to pursuit of happiness. And therefore, in our Constitution, we say, we the people, we are the people. We are all the people. Three of my favorite words in our Constitution. We the people. And I have a lot of people to thank. But the ceremony that we have here is so humbling. So humbling. Your prayers, your good wishes, your good thoughts. Certainly, the members of this program, Peter Vang was my first appointee to the Economic Opportunities Commission in Fresno, going back in the 80s. And I have continued to, in my heart and in my soul, ensure that the Hmong community, the Lao families, are a part of my family. Because I am so proud of all of the diverse ethnic makeup of our valley and of our nation. It is a rich, rich mosaic of the fabric of America. All of you reflect that. It's wonderful. It's why America is a great country. But we have Pao Li, we have Charanjai Vang, General Vang Pao's son, who honors us all today. Of course, our friend Peter, Da Vang. You know, I've learned many things in the Hmong community. One of the things I've learned is Vang is like Costa. Many Vangs, many Costas. but that's good. So let me thank the Lao veterans. We have embarked on many journeys, but 8 years ago we embarked upon a journey with General Vang Pao's leadership to do the right thing, to recognize the service to our country that the Security Guerrilla Unit, the SGU, which was organized to support the American military effort in Vietnam in the 60s and the 70s, who lost thousands and thousands of lives, as Sharon Jai Vang noted, and many men and women whose lives who made the ultimate sacrifice, and others who survived but had injuries that they lived with for the rest of their lives. And for President Ford to sign that executive order in 1975 to allow the refugees to come, if you could get here, was the right thing to do. But your journey has been a long journey. It has been a difficult journey, like every immigrant group that has come to America. But you have succeeded. And the fitting and the appropriate thing for us to do as Americans was to recognize your sacrifice, to recognize the contributions that the SGU made, fighting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, with the American men and women of the United States military. And finally, this year, after years of effort, our working together, our coalition came together with Senator Murkowski, with Senator Whitehouse, with my colleague Congressman Paul Cook, who served in Vietnam as a colonel, who knew your story. The way you get things done in Washington is working together through the House and the Senate, bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats. And finally, we succeeded. And in April of this year, President Trump signed that legislation that was part of a larger bill into law. And now we are working with you and the Veterans Administration, with our leaders, to allow those 6,000 or so SGU soldiers that are here in America that are still alive to take advantage of that burial ceremony at the national cemeteries around our country, over 30 of them, one here in Santa Nella, in western Merced County, southern Kern County, Tehachapi, and others in Minnesota and elsewhere. So that individual and their family's desire. That is a great victory for all of us, right, ladies and gentlemen? And a lot of people worked hard. You only get legislation into law when a lot of people work together and work hard. But I would be remiss if I did not give credit to one person who is always here for you, who is a part of the Hmong community and the Lao families, as I think I am a part of the Hmong. Let us give appropriate recognition to one incredible person who I respect, who makes a difference for the people of our valley every day, and that is Kelly Gill, who is my Director of Services for the 16th Congressional Office. I think she knows you, you know her, everybody knows Kelly. And Kelly is a large part of our success. So let me close by once again thanking Peter Vang and the Lao veterans for hosting this event. What a beautiful fall afternoon. The honor and the blessings to have such good friends. Many of us have worked together, and so we are family now. Hmong and Lao community are a part of that fabric of America. Your success is America's success. Your dedication to your new country is a tribute to your hard work and your perseverance. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, President Sharon Jai Vang. and all of the leaders, the elders who are here today. Your presence honors me and Kelly, and I am so humbly thankful for this support. And yes, in 16 days, who's counting, Nathan? 16 days, that's the election. We will all go out and vote, right? And we'll tell our friends and family to go and vote, right? Because that's such a cornerstone, so important of democracy, that people exercise their right to vote. Members of the SGU made the ultimate sacrifice, as American men and women made the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives so we could protect that right to vote, should we never ever forget. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I cannot thank you enough for giving me the opportunity to continue to serve, to continue to be your humble servant in our nation's capital, advocating for the Hmong people, the Lao communities, those who immigrated here in most difficult circumstances, to live the American dream. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Nathan.
Young Nathan will be a congressman, and that really lift up and give a hope for all of us in the future. You have been our leader, our role model, our brother, our uncle, and this is very important for the Hmong community. So we don't have much to thank you. We don't know how to thank you in different way. Our Hmong tradition is to have a ceremony like this. This is very crucial. It's very, very special. And we honor you. We hope that all the blessing that we have will continue to bless you, bring you luck, whatever you do, and protect you. And hopefully the election coming up will bring good result. But we also recognize that we here in America, we have two cultures, very important. On the other hand, our tradition, very important for our elder, our parents. But we also move forward to a mainstream. We know that work in America, we have to have different way of thing as well. And today, the Lao veteran America and the Hmong community, we had a little token, a plaque, to really appreciate the work that you do. Let me read this. Present to U.S. Congressman Jim Costa. Thank you for introducing the Hmong Veteran Recognition Act. We appreciate your continued support, friendship, and long life advocate on our behalf. Lao Veteran America and the Hmong community, the Hmong American community, October 21st, 2018.
Well, thank you so very much. And I think now is the time to have lunch, right? Najong, Najong, Najong.
ไอ้แน่เขาอยากสิพูด